Good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Dissect, and I think my name is Novelist.
Yes, and my name is Jewel.
What's up, Jay?
Hey, you know what? I am
Excited?
tired. No, I'm tired.
Why? You gotta be
I,
excited.
I went to my godson's little birthday yesterday, and I had to go to work this morning, so I'm tired. I'm tired.
Ooh. Well, you're about to wake up because
Yeah, I am.
because we have a very interesting show last week. Last week I was Novi for those who missed it, and
Yeah.
today we'll find out more about Joel and possibly, hopefully, a different name doesn't come up.
Yes, it's gonna be a
Uh,
nice show tonight.
it's definitely going to be a nice show tonight. So we'll be back in 2 minutes with our guest for tonight, and we'll see you guys in a bit.
So I'm Janine Zabi across.
I'm Janelle Zabi. And where's Zabi Street?
This is what you beat on the inside and we're ready to go.
Are you, Jewel? No, I'm getting talents that you're not talking about.
I just get to the bar. Ain't no bar, Mr. Drum.
Yeah.
I can honestly say that they've done such a good job with hospitality and welcoming all people in.
Well, Samantha Moon.
So my name is Claudette Alona Peters.
I am Selena.
And then that's how it started. When I came home,
My name is Pumba, stage name, of course.
Well, I was born in Spanish Town, Jamaica.
I am Evelina Blanc.
I am a mother first. I think I'm a really wonderful friend. And a really great business.
I gotta be ready because you're like, oh, she picked that. No, I didn't.
Yep. I am Kendra Stephen.
I am Rena Charles, aka Mystery.
People forward in victory.
Yes.
Welcome back to the program. So, Jay, you want to do the introductions tonight?
So, in light of the fact that Mother's Day is around the corner tomorrow, we decided to bring two lovely mothers up onto our show tonight. And tonight we have my mother, Miss Yvonne or Miss Eli, however we're going to refer to her tonight,
Right.
Mom, and her really good friend, Miss Velma, is also on the show tonight. So you know what? They're going to be talking to us all about being moms. So let's bring them up on to the screen. Miss Yvonne and Miss
Welcome,
Velma.
ladies. Welcome to Dissect, ladies.
Welcome.
Thank
welcome.
you.
Where do we start? Okay, so you know what? We're gonna have you introduce yourselves. Basically, like your background, and we'll take it from there. So we'll start with Miss Velma. Is it okay if I call her Miss Velma? Or
It doesn't matter at all.
okay, so
Yes.
so go ahead, Miss Velma. Tell us where you're from, your background, and
Yes. I'm from Jamaica. I moved to Canada 1970.
oh,
It's a long time ago.
yes, nice.
Yes.
Okay, you've been back ever since?
Of course, I have been several times with my mother to visit, my mother, but she's
Right.
gone.
Okay. All right, sorry to hear that. Okay, and Miss Eli.
Well, I'm Yvonne Eli. On social media, everybody knows me as Yvonne Glory. Came to Canada in 1971. Was born in Grenada, grew up in Trinidad. So I always say I'm a Grenadian Trini Canadian. I came here in 1971
Right.
and my profession was a nurse. I did nursing for years. And I have 4 beautiful children, 3 boys and 1 girl, Jewel.
That's a special one.
Yeah.
I never said anything.
No, I'm saying that.
You don't do that.
Don't do that because my boys will get jealous. Don't do that.
Yes.
It's
So, Miss Velma, how many children do you have?
I have 2 children. I have a son and a daughter.
Oh, one of each.
Yes. Wonderful children. I love them and they love me just the same.
Right?
Yes.
That's the way it should be.
We just saw a comment come up on the screen saying, my 2 favorite moms. That is from Miss Sophia. Oh,
Hey,
Sophia
thank
Waterman.
you. Thank you.
Well, Sophia, you're lucky to have 2 wonderful moms. So, so Miss Eli, we always hear about you, obviously, Joel, being part of the program, and you know, there's a lot of questions people in the back want to know about her.
Well, it's not right.
The show's not about me. It's about being a mom. But
Well, yeah,
that's
the
what
show's
I'm saying.
the
It's
show's about being a mom, but you know,
try her.
you are her daughter, so you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 boys, 1 girl. Which of the kids were first? Boys were first, I should say.
The 2 first were boys, and Jewel is third, and this last one is a boy. So Jewel is like
in
the middle.
Okay.
And she was never spoiled.
You know, well, she was never spoiled. Only girl and never spoiled.
Huh?
Is that true? Is that true, Joel? Only girl and never spoiled.
You know what? Let's ask Miss Velma some questions. We'll come back to that.
Yeah, okay. Oh, gosh.
Yes. So, Miss Velma, so who was first? Your daughter or your son?
My son was first, and then
Okay.
my daughter came after.
Okay. And do you remember that day when he was born? Like what was happening for you? Was it excitement? Was it, oh my gosh, worry about being a mom for the first time? How was that for you?
I was not worried at all. I was very happy. It was very exciting.
Okay.
I have something of my own. That's how I felt.
Wow.
This is my own baby.
Nice.
Miss Yvonne, was the feeling for you the same, like, you know, having your first child? What was that?
I always wanted a son for first. Always say I want a son first, and I got a son. And when I had the second son, then I keep saying, "Oh, I want a daughter so badly." And God blessed me with a daughter, and I got Joel.
Nice.
And then Joel, as you know.
Right. So that well, I know what that's like, because I wanted to have a girl at first, right? And I got that, and then I wanted to have my boy second, and it went that way, right? So I can't say our feelings will be the same, but I know that feeling of, like, yes, getting what you want, like, you know. So so I know your kids are much older now, right? But obviously in the time when you guys' first child was born, compared to the second child, would you say you went in the second time with more experience? Did you have more patience, or was it pretty much the same?
Well, for me, the first one was born in Trinidad, where you have a lot of help.
Okay.
The second was born in Canada, and it's like you almost have to do almost everything: run from work, run home, pick him up from the daycare stuff, things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a difference when you have a child born home and you have the 2 grandparents and the little young sisters and things helping you out at home.
Right.
But Canada was different because 3 of them were born here.
Definitely.
Okay. What about you, Miss Velma? Were your kids born here?
They were both born here in Canada. Yes. So it was just about the same. But my daughter came 2 years after my son. So it's about the same. It was a busy, very hard time to work and take care of children. You know, take them to babysitter, then you have to pick them up. You don't have daycare like today. Today is much easier because you have the government daycare, but we didn't have daycare. So it was very hard.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we overcame. We overcame.
Of course.
Yeah, I think, as time progressed, what happened is like the government appreciated women more because women weren't that appreciated in years back, right? So I think they started to introduce like the mat leave and then the daycare because women started to be more vocal and were able to make decisions, I think, right? So things became very easy for young mothers, hence why we have these issues with younger mothers and children now because it's different. They didn't have the same experience, right?
That's right.
So there was a comment that just came up here. Somebody fishing for information about nurturing. How was it nurturing? This one's from Miss Yvonne. How was it nurturing Jewel, and how was she as a child?
Jewel, as I said again, she was easy to deal with. She was not spoiled. When I say spoiled, she was not a baby and always looking for attention.
Right.
But she was always special child. Very obedient. She didn't give me that kind of problem to say I'm running looking for her.
Right.
She was always, as I say, she asked me for something and I can't give her. She know that I just can't do it. Or if she asked to go somewhere and I said no, even though she might be upset, she never, like how some children is rude and they will start slamming the door and stuff. Not Joel.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But those are things we could hardly do in the black home too, because black parents would not go for that slamming their door.
Nowadays, you mean, eh?
No way.
Yeah, right.
In those days,
in those
yes,
days,
times
in
have
those
changed.
days, definitely in those
Times have
days.
changed.
Yes, times have changed.
So,
sorry, I just saw another question from Miss Velma. I know, so Miss Velma, I know your son preaches. He loves the Lord. When did his love for Christ start?
He was my son has always been a quiet person. He's honest, he's humble, and he went to Florida when he was around 18 years old to spend about 2 or 3 months with his aunt, and he received Christ, and he's never turned back. He's always lived right on the dot. He served the Lord all the time. So that's about it with him. Very wonderful person he is.
Okay. Nice. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
now, Miss Velma, you said your son, well, pretty much like Joel, on the nice calm level, quiet, right?
Yes.
We know raising two different kids, like different sex, male and female. So one could be more hyper sometime than the other.
Yes.
Sometime even more hard headed, I would say.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So, in your case, was that something in your case where with the kids that one was more hard headed or
Yes, that's right. My daughter was more hard headed and stubborn
right?
and didn't listen and take instructions much. But my son obeyed everything.
Right.
But she was also a good daughter, very good daughter up to this point.
Right.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. I was stubborn too, but
Yeah.
and hard-headed not in a negative way. I was like, I knew what I wanted, and that was like kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
so I know growing up, my friends always said to me, I wish your mom was my mom. I wished your mom was my mom. So I had this thing where, if my mom told me no, where she just explained. If she said no, there was often an explanation as to why not. Some parents just say no, and it's no. And you're left questioning, but why not? Why can't I? But there was always an explanation. Like, you can't go there because, for example, after school, it was come straight home. Even into high school, come straight home. Don't go into that mall if you don't have any money. Why not? Because it's going to look as if, people are stealing and you're with a group of friends. You're going to get a bad name. It's going to look like that. So there was always an explanation behind why I couldn't do something. So I appreciated that from my mom. Right? Don't cry, lady.
Did you remember when I tell you no sleeping over? Nobody sleep over at my house, and you're not sleeping over in nobody's house.
That was like a black family thing, I think. I don't know. Miss Velma, did you let your kids have sleepovers?
I said no sleeping over.
Yvonne, you're speaking at the same time.
Sorry, sorry. I was plugging in my computer.
Make sure you do that. Miss Velma, did you allow your children to have sleepovers?
No. Once my daughter had that one time in her life. Yeah, I didn't allow my children to roam all over the place or mix with a lot of children, because where I lived at that time, the kids were very busy. They were into everything her age. Right. And I tried to keep her out of that. And she reminded me, remember you spanked me because I went upstairs talking to an older lady? And I said, never you do that again. She never, up to not too long ago, she reminded me.
Yeah.
You see, back then, you could actually whoop your child and, they would, listen, because that carried on with the child later on, right? Not abusing your child, obviously, right? Just spanking them. Oof. Maybe I shouldn't ask that question.
What?
Maybe I should. No, because I was on the spanking thing, and I was like, no, maybe I shouldn't ask that question.
Yeah.
All right.
It wasn't abuse. It
wasn't abuse.
Of course not. Of course not.
It's discipline, and sometimes, I'm not going to answer that question. I'm not a mom, but I know I work with children all the time, and sometimes they need a spanking. Like it's because they're hard-headed. They're not listening, but there's different ways. Now they're saying we shouldn't do that. There's ways of talking to your kids, and sometimes it works with some children, but not all. Right? You just got to be real.
Go ahead.
There was a question from the back, and it was, do either of you ever find that you mothered other children? You were the mother for other children. Other children, not your own. Like, did you find that, maybe neighborhood kids would come around and you would
kind of like Sophia adopting both mothers. So
somebody's someone else, their moms weren't strict and you had to kind of put them straight.
Lots of times, especially when they come by, if I know they didn't eat as yet at home, I give them some food too, things like that. And you tell them, like one time I was walking through Albion Mall, and these kids coming from school, young girls, and this girl sat on the bench with her legs up. Back in the days, and I said, you're not supposed to do that. How can you sit with your legs up like that, like a guy?
Yeah.
And she, in those days, she wasn't rude to me. She said sorry, and she put her feet down. But now I know. I don't think I can tell them that now.
No.
She might curse me.
Well, what would you say? Like, we went, like, the generations went wrong, because even I'm not that old, but even with my mom spanked me, and my mom was in Dominica and I was up here, and if I was to do something bad, just the thought of my mom being like 5,000 miles away would stop me. Right? So for me personally, I think a little spank or a little discipline went a long way. But what would you say we went wrong? Is it that these kids have no grandparents, or is it that the discipline is not there?
the system. It's the system, you know.
They change the government.
The government, they
Tell
believe
them the
that you're abusing your own children that you love so dearly, and you
Right.
want to bring them up in the right way. They will. You may even get to go to prison for
Right.
because
Lock
of
you
your
up.
own children's disciplining your own children, and they slowly they brought that in, and now it's like a real abuse upon the children, they'll say. So that's why
Right.
the children they do whatever they want to do, and they live a certain way, and they don't listen to their parents.
Yeah.
This is today, this is
Yes.
today. In
Yes.
those days, and in those days we would spank our children, and they would not let the school know unless it's a
right.
real the schools, unless they abuse the parents, some would be drunk or something and abuse their children, then the teachers would ask. But I had no experience of that.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Hmm. Interesting.
Ooh,
Um,
another question.
there's questions coming in. Miss Sophia has a lot of interesting
Yes,
questions
it
tonight.
was the
She's
strictest.
Who,
inquisitive.
who is the strictest? Oh, okay. Like, she's strict.
Um,
Okay, there we go. Who is the strictest, mom or dad? Hmm. I guess any one of you guys could answer that.
That
That
was very
is that
strict.
that
That
was
that
very
was
strict.
very strict. Yeah, he was very strict.
Right.
Even at babies, they cry, and I would run to pick them up. He would say, "Put them down,
Right.
put him down. You know, let him cry. You
Yes.
know." He was very strict.
Right.
Yeah,
I will say that I was strict, but in a loving way. I never yell, as Jewel can say. I'm not a person to yell and shout.
Right.
But when
yeah,
I say it, I will say it in a way meaningful and loving. But as the dad, it was a different scenario. So,
yeah.
yeah. So I as for you know what parenting styles, I think is it's the mothers. I'm gonna speak for Caribbean mothers. Like sometimes I find that they were the head of the household, and they they made things happen in the house. So, for example, you know, if I asked for something, and my mom would say no, but if I went to my dad, I knew I can get away with it because
Right.
maybe because I was the girl, or you know, sometimes it was just not to be the harsh parent. It was like, oh, it was playing that devil's advocate. You know, one parent says yes, one parent says no, kind of thing. But anyways, um,
Miss Sophie asked in there.
she's asking, is there a time that you had to discipline each child
Hmm.
harshly, and what was the result?
It's like it's
Oh
like
boy.
nothing. No, I don't even want to talk too hard because that child is in the house, and I don't know. Sometimes you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
I remember having to jump in my car, drive all around the mall looking for this last child, and
Yeah.
can't sleep until I find him.
I know those
Oh
things.
my God,
Oh,
novel, you know, right?
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't want to talk too much on that
Okay, so
child.
let's talk about something happy. There's a question
Oh
that came in
Yes.
the
gosh.
back about food. Let's talk about food. What
Ooh,
Caribbean
Caribbean
foods did
foods. All right.
you bring up your child on? Oh my gosh. Can I just say
What
something?
Caribbean food?
I remember when before I went to Trinidad for the first time, my mom said to me, I wouldn't eat certain things. And she said, oh, you need to eat my food. If you don't eat my food, I'm not taking you to Trinidad.
Hmm.
And that made me want to eat the food. You know, like, oh, I don't want this and I don't want that. I want Canadian food. But she said, if you don't eat this, you can't go to Trinidad. Do you remember saying that?
Mm, I don't
It
remember.
meant something to
But
me.
I know up to this day I don't like saltfish.
Kind of.
Because when she says you have to chew it for too long.
So what foods did your kids enjoy when you made them? What foods did your kids most enjoy? Your Caribbean dishes.
Let's see. What food did you like, Chris? I don't know. I know you were picky, but I don't remember exactly what you did
I
like
like
in a way.
because I like all foods.
But yeah, but I know Joel used to like, oh, anytime I cook anything with mashed potato and gravy with some he loved meatloaf. You love meatloaf
You're
too.
not talking. This is not Caribbean food. We're talking
Well,
Caribbean food.
well, okay then.
What was
Caribbean
it?
food is we
Caribbean
make
food.
pilau. They all love the pilau, the
Yes,
Trini pilau.
that's my favorite dish.
Trini pilau.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what did your kids like that you like to cook, Miss Falcon?
They enjoyed most of the cooking, but they liked a little bit of Canadian food in sometimes. You know, they like that. But they loved most Jamaican foods. But there was one particular food they didn't like was chicken feet. They,
Oh boy.
I'm with them.
They thought they were hands and they were fingers and they were afraid. So they would run away. They didn't want to touch it. So that one they didn't like. But
Yeah. Up to this day, they don't eat it.
I'm with them.
Is that a Jamaican dish?
Yes, it is. It is.
Well, we as Trini, we used to cook it too. Right now, they make sauce with it.
Yeah, but it is. It is a dish.
I think Asian people eat it too. Asian people like the chicken feet.
Yeah.
Chicken foot.
I see Miss Sophie saying something there.
Only one of my
one of her children likes pilau. Oh yeah. So Miss Sophia, she was on here. She was the insurance lady. She's from St. Vincent, so her food is similar to Trinidadian food.
Yes.
Nice.
They're very close to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find the Canadian, the kids who grow up here, obviously they always want the burgers and the fries, right?
That's right.
And it's almost like you have to force them into the Caribbean stuff, like little by little, and until they enjoy it or appreciate it, I should say.
Yeah.
So,
hamburgers and French fries.
But up to this day, we still cook. I still cook West Indian food in the house.
Of course, and that's that not because I'm West Indian, but it is the best food. Like it's from the ground, right? So
yeah,
what gets better than that?
And more natural, and
Facts.
Oh, good night, everyone. My question is, from Miss Tamara.
Tamara is on.
In what ways did motherhood change you? In what way did motherhood change you?
You want me You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
As I said, I was so happy when I had my first son, and like I always used to take care of my little sisters too. It's just like I knew how to take care of kids because I'm the second child, first girl. Right. So I used to help my mother with my sisters. But when I had my first son, I was so happy. Changed me. I felt that I was always mature in a way, even though I was tiny. But I kept always keep my head straight,
Okay, so it matured you a little bit more.
Yes.
Okay.
Have responsibilities now.
Responsibilities, yes. Responsibilities. She had her own. It was her own little person.
And I had a lot of sisters, because I come from a family. We were 7 girls and 2 boys. So now we get another son in the house, which was nice.
Okay. Ms. Velma, do you have an answer for that first question? How did motherhood change you? In what ways did it change you?
Yeah, responsibilities. Yeah, more responsibilities. And I was learning, how to take care of my children, and to teach them the right way to live. So it was good. It was very good. They listened. Most of them, they did listen. Most of my two children, most of the time they would listen, but not always. But it worked out very well.
Okay.
I'm grateful.
You take another one, or?
So there's questions. What values are most important to instill in a child in this time period, and why? What values? You
I
think?
would say I would always say education, discipline, and respect. When you have these three things, you can get along in life. Without that, you don't have anything. But most of all, as I say, as a Christian, I said, make sure you have the love for God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Foundation.
The foundation, yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Velma.
Okay.
The
Did you want to answer that question too, or?
Yeah, I think I'll answer it. The Bible says that bring up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he'll never depart from it. So I instill a lot of pride and respect and responsibilities in my children. I remember when they were like school, say 13, 14, 12, 13, 14, I encouraged them to work at the McDonald's and at the this and the that, little part-time jobs because,
Mhm.
Right.
it was vacation time, school is out. I
Right.
encouraged them that they must learn to work. They must work. And I instill that in them. And they must work and they must have respect for other people. And
Mhm.
they worked, and that's why they work. They're not lazy. They work
Yeah, I
today.
know.
Today they work.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. You
Yeah,
know.
Work
that's
for
different.
living, because without that, you can't
Yes.
eat if you don't work. Work hard.
Yes.
And they
That's
work.
true.
Yes.
That is true.
They cannot beg, steal, nor borrow. Just work for your own money.
That's right.
That's
That's
right.
what my mother used to tell us, and we pass it on to our children.
Right.
Yes.
So early responsibilities.
Yes.
That's
Mhm.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah, I had some real early
Yeah, me.
responsibilities.
So you always wanted to work anyway.
I worked, yes, and I contributed to the household very young too. So
Yes.
that was something that was um, different from a lot of my friends when I was growing up. Like I was doing these things, and they're like, "You do what?" And yeah,
Yes.
I sure do.
Buy her own
I sure
stereo.
do.
She
Yeah.
bought her stereo, her phone, and everything right away. Novel.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mm.
The car, everything.
And the results is good.
But
Yes.
it does show. Like I
Yes.
mean I know her personally, but her work ethics is like she does. I don't think she knows the word no. I don't think
Ah,
Joel knows no. Like Joel, can you do that? Like, yeah, I could do that. It's like, oh my God, can you take a break? So it does show. I'm the same way too. I started working when I was 13 years old, which is illegal, but you know,
we
I
both
went to
did.
work. I made $50, for a week. I
I
was
think
Yeah.
good.
I
You know?
think Joel was 14 when you got
Yeah, I
that
was
first little
14.
job, right?
Yeah, I
Right.
was 14.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
it does show up later on in life. So
Yes. Yes.
so
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a fair question, but I'm still gonna ask it. It's because, well, you guys have more than one child, right? But what would you say would be okay? I'll narrow it down. What would be for you, Miss Yvonne, the proudest moment from Joel, and for you, Miss Vanna, what would be the proudest moment for you from your son?
Why are you choosing me?
I
Well,
just
Oh,
want to be
okay.
well. You're here. I just want to break
The
it
Okay,
down.
okay.
You
proudest,
know.
Proudest moment. All right.
proudest moment. I'm all up to now. I'm still so proud of her the way she kept her head level,
Hmm.
education, and she doesn't have too many friends to say
Right.
that she's going to and fro. She likes to have fun because she loves to dance. I know that, and
Hmm.
but she's not a stray person. And because she kept her head level with education and get good and have a good job, I'm so proud of her. So proud of her.
Nice.
It's like passing it on from my mom to her, you know, the same way my mom tell us we have to work and all of us must have a profession. All the girls and the boys must have a trade. And that's, I'm very, very, very proud of her for that.
Oh,
She
thank
kept
you.
a level head.
Nice.
Thank you. So, Miss Velma, I think yours was to talk about your son. and a proud moment for you with your son?
The proud moment for my son, school graduation. Yeah, he did graduated from the Bible College, and I was very proud of him. He loved the Lord, and for my daughter, when she did very well in school, there was no dropout. There was absolutely no dropouts.
You weren't having that anyway.
No way, no way, no way. And proud for my daughter when she accepted the Lord Jesus Christ and got baptized not too long ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm seeing a lot of comments coming in from Miss
something from
Yvonne's side.
Sylvia George.
Yes, a lot of people. Her sister. So apparently she was like a mom for her
I'm the
siblings
second
as
mother.
well. And question: did you show any favoritism to your children?
Oh,
yes,
boy.
she did. Anyways,
that is not a fair
I don't
question.
think so. You all think so.
you know why we all think that way?
so. But
We
you
always
can't say that
this one's
online.
the favorite and that one's the favorite. We say that, you know why? Because we're all favorites.
This
You're
is
all
it.
If one is saying that's the favorite and that one's the favorite and that one's
One
the
would
favorite, that means
say
we're all the
the
favorites.
second one say Chris is the favorite. Chris say he is a favorite because when it's time for him to do the dishes, she said, I tell her, do the dishes for him today. He'll do it.
She did.
Mike.
Yes, I had to do the dishes when it was his dishes day.
He was so quiet. He never gave trouble.
Oh gosh. Let me see if I can find another question. So there's some comments, I see one of your sisters was saying, oh, good night, folks. I was trying to describe the qualities Yvonne possesses, but it's too long, too many to describe about the mother that she is. So thank you for that. That's one of her siblings.
I think we needed to bring on guests for our guests.
Yes.
And I'm so proud to know that I was the second mother for my sisters. I'm so emotional when I think about my sisters.
Right.
Yeah, when you're the oldest,
Yes.
you always be the
First
mother
girl,
of
second
that.
child.
You changed diapers from you were like 10
Those
years
are my
old.
babies.
Right.
Babies, boy, you look after babies like nothing.
Well, what about
my
what
goodness.
about grandkids? Is there any grandkids, and what is that like compared to your own kids?
Well,
Yvonne.
I really love my grandkids, and because I have more time now, I could take them to the mall sometimes, and I could go shopping with them. But with my kids, even though when I had my kids, and I used to work full time, sometime and part time,
Right.
so the only time I used to have with them sometimes is like on a weekend when I'm off, But as a grandmother, I think with everybody, you have more time to spend with the grandchildren because I have more time.
You're retired.
When you retire.
Yes. She went on 2 dates with her grandkids this week.
Oh
Separate.
gosh! Oh, you know that? Oh, you know.
Because I called you, I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm out with this one. And the next time I talked to you was, I'm out with this one.
Yeah.
Okay. She was having private dates with her grandkids.
Yes, we went out
this week
for breakfast.
So it's a time thing. There's no need for the parents themselves
Yeah.
to be jealous then, because a lot of parents are jealous. They say, "Look, mom did this for you and that." Like, okay, for instance, with my son, if I drop water on the couch as a boy, that was it. I need Jesus right away, because I'm dead. My son took a marker and went like this all over the couch, and my mom said, "It's okay, we could just wipe it off."
But for you, she would have killed you, right?
Oh,
grandchildren.
I would be dead.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So it's not just a time. Is it just a time thing, or just more patience? I guess comes into it more.
We have more patience now because you're not running to and fro. You have more patience,
Right.
and plus you learn from the past, But it's patience,
Right.
the time and patience.
Nice.
There's a question here. What is one thing that you would advise a spiritual mom?
What?
Or what advice? One thing you
Which one?
will advise a spiritual mom, or
Mom.
Miss Sophia, come
Mom's what
elaborate with that.
one
Make it
So
more
thing
is it
will
interesting.
you being a spiritual mom,
advise as
they
a
being a
spiritual mother?
spiritual mom,
Oh, so
or
what advice would you give your child being a spiritual mother?
Oh, okay, maybe
yeah.
that's what Sophie wants to say.
Okay.
Well, as a mother, and well, precious Jewel, she goes to church with me every Sunday. She picks me up. And I wish the rest will come because my children grew up in church. All of them grew up in church. And I'm still praying them back in, you know.
Mhm.
Um, these are the things that we have to always remember because no matter what, they cannot live without God.
Facts.
Nobody should live without Jesus. So
Mhm.
I always instill that in them. No matter how old they are, I will always say, "Can you come to church with me?" Well, Joel and his family came on Easter Sunday, and I was so happy. And I hope the rest will come soon.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh,
So we answered the questions in the back. All right. Time is going by so quickly.
time is going by fast. You have another question in the back, or
So
did
is
you
there any advice you would give? Okay, now we talked about advice. So is there any advice that you would give to a new mom in this modern time? Because times have changed. Like, what advice would you give to a new mom, a young mom?
I will tell them to be patient and most of all, with everything they have to have patience. But because I am a spiritual person from a spiritual point of view, I will tell them that no matter what and how hard it is, believe that things are going to work out for them. Jesus is going to always be there for them, because no matter what, this life is not easy, and I tell them never give up on the children. No matter how that child is going astray, pray them in and never leave them up and say, oh, I'm fed up. Never, never, never.
Mm-hmm.
I like that answer.
All
So,
right.
in
Yeah. I like that one because I knew, I work in the field with kids and there are parents moms who say, I'm done.
No,
I
she
wash
never
my
done.
hands, I'm walking away. And I'm like, Mom, this is your child. How can your child hasn't even begun to live life yet and you're giving up on them,
Giving up.
So I like that. That's great advice to give to
Yes.
new moms.
Definitely.
Sometimes they find it so hard. There's so many other factors that they're dealing with
Yes.
in life that they feel this is just one more thing that I don't want to deal with. Take this child. I don't want this child. They're a burden.
Because these days the school self is messing up the children, not even the Lord's Prayer, but back in the days, no matter what, the children will say the Lord's Prayer, and we, the family, the mothers, teach them how to pray at home.
Yep.
But now some of them don't even know what is our Father.
Yep.
The Lord's Prayer, which is sad.
Crazy. Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
And I mean the moms now who's saying that they give up on their thing. That goes back to the question earlier when Miss Ella, you said it's a system. So now the system has created it where the child is just, you can't tell me what to do. I'm just gonna do what I want. Now the child has no discipline, no foundation, just doing what they want. So now how do you control? It's like trying to get an animal from the wild and tame it. Right? So now you have a child going wild because of the system, but you're the parent that's
we have to have a grip on them, and
yeah.
every day, you still have to tell them, don't listen. As I tell one of my grandsons, I said, they can call you a chicken, is okay.
Yeah.
They just can't eat you. Tell them, I'm not coming, I'm ready to be a chicken.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah, I tell one of my grandsons that.
That's a good one.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
But I definitely support the having prayer in your family,
In
like
your house, yeah.
in your house,
Yeah,
kids.
yeah. I believe
So
in that.
yes,
You say a
Yes.
family that prays together stays
Stays
together.
together.
that's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep,
So it's always
And
good to pray with your children
yep,
and encourage them.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah,
when they come home and they get a bad mark, and they did their best,
yeah.
encourage them.
yeah,
And they
yeah,
try, so
Yeah.
sometimes yeah, I will just have to encourage them. Don't worry, it will be better.
yep,
Don't
Yeah.
give up.
yep.
Yes.
Yeah. My mom used to say to me in school when especially in college, college was really, really hard for me. I started losing my hair. Like my hair was falling out. I was so stressed in
Oh,
college. And she would say,
God.
just say, I can do all three things through Christ that
Yes.
strengthens me,
Yeah.
strengthens me.
Hmm.
And that's something that I remembered
That's
all the
that's
time.
my
And
that's my verse too. Even when I was studying nursing and I'm running going for the bus, I used to run and say, "I can do all things through Christ that give me
It's
strength."
strength in you.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my hair was literally falling out. I was so stressed out. But then I remember, say
Yes.
these things and, I made it through.
Hmm.
Made it through and then pushed
Right.
myself through another post-secondary. I went, from that, then years later, I went to university. So I had
Mm.
those foundations. So it was easier for me to go through it the second time because I
Yes.
remembered I can do it. I can do it, so.
And
Mm.
this is something that passes on because, as I say, I always have to talk about my mom when she rests in peace.
Right.
She used to always tell us, whatever you put into life, that's what you're going to get back from life.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah. My
So,
mom always gave quotes, and Sophia just asked, what is one thing that your mom told you? So another thing that my mom always told me, well, she never used to tell me that oh, you're pretty, you're beautiful, these things. She never used to say these things to me.
yeah.
What she would say to me is, your character will take you through the world, right? Looks will fade. Looks
Yes.
will fade, and your character will take you through the world.
Yes.
So it's your values the
Yes.
values that she instilled. Those things will make you or break you, right? But you will turn old. You will get wrinkles. You'll get gray hair. All of that stuff. But your personality and who you are will always be with you,
Yes.
right?
So true. I will always tell a child that if anybody's child, the education that you put in your head, nobody cannot take it out from you.
That's right.
You have some nice quotes.
Very nice quotes.
Yes.
So wait, there's a question here. Is this a question from Dale says, well, every day should be Mother's Day, but how or what would you appreciate from Mother's Day? Dale, put in Dale. What would you appreciate for Mother's Day?
Dale, I'm a very simple person. I'm not going out to say that I need elaborate stuff. I'm not fussy. If you give me one rose, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
And just show me the appreciation that you still love me and you care for me. That's
Mm-hmm.
all I need for my children.
Yes.
The appreciation and the respect.
Miss Velma?
Miss Rama.
Yes. What would I appreciate now? I don't need, when you get older, you don't need a lot of things, because you have so much clothes and
I have too much.
you don't need a lot. My son usually gives flowers and a nice card, and he would write nice things. And my
Right.
daughter gives me money and card. So she took me to get my nails done, and she bought me something else special for the home. So they've done well. They've done well. I'm satisfied.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I say that too. Like, when am I gonna get a woman that has everything? What do you get a woman that has everything? But still, I remember I listen when my mom talks, so she's gonna get something that she spoke of. But that's tomorrow.
And then sometimes I tell them, don't give me no more perfume. I have too much.
Right.
Yeah. Tell us what you're giving. Is that surprise?
Yeah, Joe,
You
what
wanna
are
know?
giving?
I don't know.
Do you want
But
it to be a surprise?
They know
or
I
you wanna
love to
know?
travel.
That's a hint.
Oh no, it's not a no. You're not getting a plane ticket to anywhere or a
She didn't
train
say
ticket.
flying. She said
No.
travel. Travel could be by car, train, boat,
Yeah,
plane.
you just put a.
And tell you,
All right,
daily
it's okay.
struggle.
I'll get back at you. All right.
So
Okay, so that are we? Is it that time?
yeah.
Wow.
Did
Okay.
we tell them we have a game?
I did when you walked away in the
Oh,
back.
yeah,
Mhm.
my bad.
So okay, so let's play that game. It's about
Okay.
that time when we play quick cuts, and we want to say thank you to everyone that's streaming on YouTube, on Facebook, on TDN TV, on Instagram. We're all over the place. So thank you so much for tuning in. And someone says, "Don't give her clothes because she will throw them some out."
Who said that?
Don't give a oh.
She needs to throw some out. Oh my gosh, this is her.
Don't give her clothes. She needs to what?
She
You
needs
come
to
and
throw
help me
some
clean
out.
it up.
What new ones?
Marcia, bring me some more clothes. She gave me some new ones the other day when she came. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tough love and respect, Queens. Happy Mother's Day. All right.
Nice.
Yes. Okay. So the game.
The
Are we
game
ready?
is called Quick Cuts.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, go ahead, Joe.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna start this one. Is there one thing that you wish you were better at?
Any one of you.
And it doesn't have to be about being a mom. It could be anything.
One thing I wish I was better at. Ooh. I don't know what to think about. I'm quite open when I'm talking, and
Miss Mama, do you have an answer?
No.
Somebody said riding a bike last time.
Better at. Oh boy. I'm not sure.
maybe I'll get more involved in computer something, or like I have a desire for spiritual stuff. I would like to be able to go around and to be a evangelist.
Well, you're invited to come with me. I do evangelism Friday and Saturday. Today I was on. Yes,
there you
I have
go.
an opening.
I know you walk the street all the time.
You
You're
have
welcome to join me.
That's a true friend.
God is listening. Look, see, listening.
Yes,
oh,
yes.
Marcia, her sister, baby sister,
After
says you need
the
to be better at
revival, we
listening.
went to Belma.
Yeah.
After that 2 days revival, I know we'll never be the same anymore.
Oh, yeah, you're tired. Yes. I did yesterday and today. Evangelism. I did that today.
Okay.
Wow. I left I saw a guy at the side of the street yesterday, and he had a microphone in his hand. He wasn't speaking, he was speaking. I know people were listening. I wind down my window, I was hearing him. He wasn't looking at anyone in particular. He kind of had his back turned, but he does it at the corner at a bus stop where he knows people have time to stand there for a while and listen to him.
It's a good
So,
point.
yeah, that was very interesting to see.
So he was talking about the Bible?
Yeah, I was talking about
Oh, that's
the Bible.
nice.
That's what I would like to be better at.
Okay.
That's the thing. That's what I would like to be better at.
Mm-hmm.
Good evangelism to win souls for the Lord.
I like that. I never knew that about you, Mom. I just learned something.
Something new.
Why do you think Belma and I connect?
Oh,
she's a very spiritual lady. She's my prayer partner.
Same heart. Same heart.
Spiritual sisters.
Yes.
Okay, so sisters, the real sisters online. You got another sister.
Yes.
All right.
Jennifer met her a few days ago when we went to the revival.
It was good. It was good.
We have another question. What's the question?
So the next question is, what do you value more and why? Respect or loyalty?
For me, it's respect. Because somebody can say they're loyal to you, and yet they show you no respect. So I believe in respect. I respect you no matter what. Even children, I give them respect. Because if you don't even respect children, you find they get out of hand. They said, oh, she talked to me anyhow. She swears, this and that. And they don't give you respect.
Right.
So I love to respect people, and I like to get back respect in return.
Nice.
Loyalty is strong feelings and support for one. If people mean what they're saying and do what they're saying, to be loyal and not to go run around in in circles, and your faithfulness. What you say you're gonna do, you'll do it. Yeah, and also respect too. But loyalty is a strong feeling, and
That's what
support
Sophie.
and support. Someone supporting, helping, and be with you. You know,
Okay.
like my Yvonne, my friend Yvonne.
You're my sister now. I add you to my
Yes.
sister's list.
Very so faithful, and she's very supporting to me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you, Miss Sophie, too.
Miss
I
Sophie
love
said
you,
her
Miss
mom
Sophie.
passed away at
Uh-huh.
57 years old in 2006, and
Mhm.
she's glad to have women like the two of you in her life.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
nice.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss
And
Sophie.
so I mean Sophie too. She's a very
Yes.
loyal person. She's very supporting, and she has
Yes.
strong feelings for other people.
She's a praying woman, too.
Very strong. Yeah, she loves
Yes.
the Lord, and she's
Yes.
very good and kind and
Yes.
good heart.
Yeah.
Just have to say, let's pray. Just tell me something and we'll pray about it.
Yes.
And you know what? I like the
that.
fact that you
I
two
like
are
that.
talking about the Lord and praying, and because that's
Yes.
missing in a lot of
Yes.
families
Yes.
today.
Because
You know, that's
in the
foundation.
days,
missing.
in the olden days, when with Martha and Mary and those, do you know that the first set of evangelists was women, you know? Because when you see anything happen in a family, in a home, the women will get together and say, let's pray.
Mhm. Mhm.
Something going on with the husband or the brothers and stuff, they say, let's pray.
Mhm.
So women is always in the forefront for prayers, for praying
Amen.
for the family.
That's right.
Yes. All right.
Another
One more? That one?
Guess so.
Okay. So one more question. And the question is, what is something that has made you laugh the hardest, or something that you have experienced that may have made you laugh the hardest?
That made me laugh the hardest.
Like
It could
laugh till you cry kind of laugh.
anything.
You mean in the past or
It
present?
could be the past when you were like
Anytime.
14 years old in Grenada, 13 years old.
Oh.
Something that you remember, or
Well,
that someone
you
might
know
have said or
what?
done.
My father, my deceased father, he used to make us laugh because he was a musician too, you know. But when daddy tell you something, a joke, you had to laugh because he was so loving. I never seen him upset or mad to say he mad with us.
Oh.
He was always full of love and fun.
Tell us something that he did.
Something that he did to make us laugh.
Yeah.
Well, with me, from my experience with daddy, I remember he used to teach me to dance. So he make me laugh. He'd always teaching me to do the waltz when I was small.
Was the
And
walls as a
then
dance?
I would laugh.
The waltz. The
The
waltz.
waltz.
Oh, the
You know
walls.
what's the waltz? You young people can't waltz anymore.
Actually, I took
Don't know what
dance
that
classes,
is.
so thank you very much. I know how to, I know how to do the what is the Venetian waltz?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So what did he do? He used to put you on his.
But he take my 2 feet and put it on his 2 feet, and he's showing you how to do the step.
Yeah.
I don't know if he did that with my sisters, but he did that with me.
Okay. And it make you laugh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just being on the foot. I get it.
All right. Ms. Velma, what has made you laugh so hard? Something that you remember?
Oh, I can't. I laugh a lot, even at home here. I tell my daughter a lot of Jamaican words and tell her stories, and she would we'll both start laughing all over and over. But my dad was some just similar to your dad because he used to play the guitar, and we would
Music.
dance. We would dance, on a Sunday evening.
Right.
He would play the guitar, we would dance. So that reminds me of him. And he loved to see us happy and laughing and playing and laughing. He loved that. But when we cry, he wants to give us a spanking.
Wow.
Shut up.
That was my dad.
Wow.
That was funny, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a long time ago, and I still remember.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Thank you. That was really, really refreshing to hear.
Yeah, that was good. I actually have one more question because you guys mentioned that your dads were in music. So what kind of music did you guys grow up and play in the house?
My father was a saxophonist.
Oh, okay.
So when I hear anybody playing the saxophone, I just stand like I have to stand
You
up
have
and
to listen.
really listen,
Mhm.
and just bring back memories to me.
Okay. So what music did you grow up listening to in the house? Apart
For
from
music,
sax.
well, he played all types of music, but he played jazz, he played on the saxophone, he played uh calypso. But Daddy used to play all types of music, all types.
He was in the background of that movie, Raisin in the Sun, right?
No, Island in the Sun.
Island in the Sun.
Oh yeah.
So it was
yeah.
live
Yes.
music
Oh,
playing in that movie,
Yes.
and he was one of the.
In Grenada.
Yeah. You mean that song "Island in the Sun"?
This is my
This is my
island in the
island in the
sun, built to be by my father's hand.
Yeah.
Harry Belafonte.
Harry Belafonte.
Harry Belafonte.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of history with music. I can't play no music myself, but
Yeah.
yes. So didn't they used to have those what is it called, that music machine called again? Not megaphone.
Microphone. What?
Jukebox?
The music other than jazz, like what other was there music that used to play on the radio that you used to listen to? What kind of music on the radio?
On the radio, they used to play a lot of soul, like Sam Cooke and stuff, and soul tunes.
Ours was reggae and
Yeah.
the soft ones.
Soul.
Yeah. But my father played the guitar.
Thank you, Marcy. You're going?
Mom, it's on a Zoom.
She said Happy Mother's Day, ladies.
Happy Mother's Day.
So your dad played the guitar.
That's my baby sister, by the way, Marcia.
Yes. And did your dad play out at different
venues?
Yeah,
he used to play with a band, yeah.
Oh, Mom. Miss Velma's turn.
My father only played for entertaining us.
All right.
Oh.
Yes. And other children in the neighborhood, they would come Sunday evening and they would be dancing like crazy all around the place.
Did any one of you pick up any musical talents from your dad?
I just know how to dance. And I love to dance.
Yes.
I love to sing. And that is from the church, the Anglican church. I was on the choir from 12 years old and I sang on the choir. So that was it. I love to sing.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. My mom does too.
Yeah, I grew up in the Catholic church and we used to have to sing in the choir in church.
Yeah.
Latin and the whole bit.
Don't make them sing.
I don't sing anymore. I only sing in church. When I sing,
my mom sings. She sings the different words. She makes up her own words to the song.
Same tune, different words.
Remember all the words.
And she's singing at the top of her lungs.
Yes, I sing it unto the Lord. I'm not singing for man.
Okay. Thank you, ladies, so much for your time. Honestly, this was a great.
Where is Dale?
Dale's in the back. We can talk to
Dale's
him
in the
after.
back. When we get off air, you can talk to Dale in the back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having us.
All right.
Yes.
So if you guys want
Don't go yet.
to,
We'll remove you. Yeah.
if you guys want to say Happy Mother's Day to your sisters, or say hi to your family, you guys could go ahead and do that before we leave.
Happy Mother's Day to all my sisters who's online. Love you guys. You know that to bits. Yeah, I know I'm your second mother, and I'm always praying for you all. Love you, love you. And everybody else, all the mothers online, happy Mother's Day. May God bless you all.
Thank you.
Nice.
Miss Velma.
Happy Mother's Day to you all. Everyone, have a good day tomorrow. The best to eat and drink. And the love on your mother. Love on her. Kiss her, hug her, make her happy.
Yep, appreciate her. All right, ladies, thank you for joining us. This was good. A lot of information, a lot of things that any young mothers was looking at the show today should take into consideration. Definitely, prayer is the number one thing to bring
Number
into your
one.
house. Instill love into your children, instill responsibilities at a very, very early age, and encourage them.
Yes,
So,
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Don't log
and
off yet. Just stay right there.
Just stay where you are, and we'll see you guys in a minute.
In the back.
So, all right.
Okay.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Your Mother's Day special for 2025.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Lovely. Lovely.
Yeah, Joel.
And next week, I don't know if we have a flyer for next week.
I don't think we have a flyer for next week.
I don't know if I submitted it. I just had such a busy week.
No. And
next week is our finale, our last day of the season, our last episode.
Yep.
We have two special guests.
Yeah.
We have Mook. Why? I don't know. I know there's initials, but there's Mook. He's a rapper from down south in the States, Alabama. And then we have Samantha Moon. So she's been on our show before. Yep. Samantha Moon is going to be back with us. I'd like to see what she's up to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice show next week.
Mm-hmm.
2 artists. Maybe we should, tease them to do something for us, seeing that's the last one out.
Yes.
And hopefully you guys could join us again, and celebrate our last show for season 5. So we'll see you guys next week, right back here, TDN TV, Dissect TV. Please subscribe to the channels wherever you're looking at.
Yes, it's free.
It's free. Just press subscribe. You don't have to like it, but like it too, but just subscribe. All right. Have a blessed weekend and a blessed week. See you guys later.
Peace.
So I'm Janine Xavier Cross.
I'm Janelle Xavier. And we're Xavier Street.
So this is what you need on the inside and ready to come.
Are you, Jewel? You know I'm hidden talents that you're not talking about.
Let's get to the bar. Ain't no bar, Mr. Drum.
Yeah.
Kiki.
You gonna say hi or what?